What is up, my friends? We are back after an epic Sweet 16 and an Elite 8. Let's break it on down. This was obviously the day that Illinois and Arizona stamped their tickets to the Final Four in Indy. So let's break down the winners and losers from Bleacher Report. First winner is Andrei Stojakovic. 100% correct. This is his third team in 3 years. Obviously, we all know his dad, Peja, the man, shooter. Andre is a completely different player, and it is so cool to see a son growing up in his dad's shadow and completely reinventing himself. They moved Andre to the bench, I think, towards the end of the season, and he is flourishing. He is attacking. He is so strong, so physical, attacking the basket. It is awesome to watch. This kid is an awesome player. I think he is making a name for himself. I think his NBA stock is rising, and I think he is going to be a legit threat to come out this weekend in the Final Four and make an even bigger name for himself. Loser, the Horn in Houston. Yeah, that was really weird. I don't really understand what was going on with that. The Horn, I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to play with it because that's beyond my scope, but I'm glad they put it in there. It was just an awkward thing, painful on the ears and all of it. That sucks. Let's move on. Number 3, winner, Illinois' defense. This is so good. They are so long. And I think moving Stojakovic and bringing in, I forget who they brought in with the hair, I think Davis, brought him in more of a defensive player and a spot-up shooter. So then they take Wagler out and they can bring in Stojakovic to kind of be the hub of the offense, because both Wagler and Stojakovic are not elite defenders. They are good defenders. I'm not saying they're bad by any means, but they're average. They're average or like slightly above average. But everybody else on the team is above average. They're like really good. The Twins, good luck shooting over them. Then you got Mrkovic, that is a big, strong, bruising, mean guy. When they try to post him up, he just stands there and almost like smiles at him, like, yeah, good one. And then you got Boswell, was the same thing on the perimeter. Love this defense. I don't think this was suddenly. I've watched this team a lot, obviously being where I'm from. I think their defense has always been great, but it's always been about their offense and about Wagler up here. I think their defense has always been awesome, and now the whole world is seeing just how awesome their defense is. They are so incredibly long, and length is so hard to score against. Size is coming back. I love it, and this Illinois team has it in spades. Winner, Purdue's first half. Sorry, I got some Purdue fans in my friend group. Purdue's always going to Purdue. And they win with this. This is what they win with. And then when teams can stop it, they don't have enough talent to do it. And that's what happened. They came out, gangbusters, perfect plan. And then Arizona said, okay, let's spend a little time, fixed it, it made some tweaks, and then talent just won over. This is always going to happen to Purdue because they don't have high-level NBA talent. They just don't. Braden Smith is a great player, great college player. I don't know how much that's going to translate to pro, if at all. But yeah, they won. But then I wouldn't be surprised if a loser here is their second half. They just didn't do it. Anyway, loser, preseason number 1 versus actual number 1. Who was the preseason number 1? Purdue? Oh, they were. That's right. Yeah, that sucks, right? Arizona, I picked them to go to the final and lose to Duke. We'll get to that in a second. But I picked Arizona because, just like Illinois, their front line is so freaking big. But I think Burries is an elite defender, and I think Bradley is an elite point guard. Not elite player, elite point guard. Big difference there. But they're just grown men, like legit grown men. And yeah, they just put it on them in the second half, and it was like 2 different games, completely 2 different games, and that's what it was. And number 6, winner, international interest. Yeah, you got all of the guys from Arizona, and then you got they call them the Balkan 5 for Illinois. Same thing. international players are the way to go, and because they've been playing pro for a while. The Ivisic twins for Illinois have been playing pro for 3 years. They've been pros. Merkovich has been a pro for a couple years already, right? So, and these boys right here from Arizona, the same thing. They got a ton of international guys, and they're all really freaking good because they are pros. This was a great day of basketball. I really loved it. Now let's move on to Sunday. All right, Sundays, winner and losers of Sunday's Elite Eight games, where Michigan railroaded Tennessee and UConn shocked the world and beat Duke. So let's go with the winners and losers. Winner, Michigan's march. Michigan, I picked them to go to the Final Four and lose to Arizona because I didn't think their guards were as good as Arizona's guards, and I still don't. But Cadeau is playing his butt off, and this guy, I think of the two teams, Burries and him, are the two best players in between these two teams. But I think he's playing the best. And can he finish them? Because he is playing out of his mind. This team is big. This team is scary. And if Elliot Cadeau is going to play like a legit point guard who can shoot threes, this team is pretty freaking awesome. Almost unstoppable. Losers. Tennessee, that was bad. That was really, really bad. Nate, I am begging you, go back to school. Please come back to school. Get paid a ton of money in NIL. Come back, be the National Player of the Year, be the front runner and all that stuff, and work on your game and get better. Because you can see the talent. You can really see the talent. But it's just not there. And part of this was Tennessee kind of depended on him, and he couldn't do it. And Michigan's, I thought this was going to happen with Yaxel, Morez Johnson, and Ade Mara, right? Like, it was hard for him, and it was hard for the whole Tennessee team because that Michigan defense is elite. Elite. And that was just really hard to watch. The Big Ten. They got Purdue that got beat on the day before, but then you got Illinois winning, and then you got Michigan laying the smackdown. The Big Ten, pretty awesome, right? They have 3 teams in the Elite Eight, and then they had Michigan State go out to UConn beforehand, so that's 4 in the Sweet 16. Oh, I forgot Iowa in the Sweet 16 too. So there you go. And Nebraska, man, I forgot 2 of them right there. That's a lot of teams from one conference. And the Big Ten, big winners. Yeah, I saw the stat, they were 1 for 18, and then they finished 4 for 5. I told this to my son, same thing, this is why shooters shoot. We have this saying, shooters shoot. You shoot whether you're hot or whether you're not. I had a friend that I used to play 3-on-3 with in my old days after college and stuff, and he used to always say, shoot when you're on, and when you're off, shoot till you're on. And shooters shoot. And you just keep shooting. And it paid off because they hit the 2 biggest threes of the year for them to get them to the Final Four. But at the beginning, did not look good. Perimeter shooting, when it mattered. Exactly, just like I said, 4 for 5. 4 for 5 to end the game after 1 for 18. And that is because the work they put in beforehand. That's not because of the game plan. That's not because of anything else. That's just because they trusted in what they did. They trusted in the work that they put in. And it paid off. And now they're in the Final Four. Loser, Deuce collapse. This is really sad. Obviously, the Boozer twins are going to get a lot of the blame here. And Shire should get some blame too. But I think the Boozer twins are going to get a lot of the blame because Cam didn't dominate the way people thought maybe he should have. And Caden obviously had that last turnover. But that's not why. They blew a 19-point lead. That's why he lost. Not Caden Boozer's last turnover. Not Cam Boozer not dominating. You lost because you gave up a 19-point lead. Plain and simple. That's 2 years in a row. They have the best freshmen in the country, and they don't win. And they have a great team. Now, this team was not as great as last year's team with Flag and Khan and Malawach. But this team was still good, and it still should have beat UConn. You can tell that by the 19-point lead. But UConn and Dan Hurley figured it out. Now, let's break down. So here we go, power ranking, the final 4 teams. I have an idea what this is going to be. I have not looked at it, but I guarantee this is what I'm thinking. It's going to be UConn 4, Illinois 3, Michigan 2, Arizona 1. Let's go with it. First up is UConn. And yes, UConn should be 4th. They were the number 9 in the pre-tournament rankings. I agree with that. They don't have the elite talent. I think all the other teams have more overall talent, but what they lead in, and they lead in right here, in Dan Hurley. This is their 4th Final Four in 4 years. 2 of them resulted in a title. He is the best coach left. His team leads in intangibles, however you can try to dissuade that and say that it doesn't mean anything. It clearly does, because they came back in that game because of that stuff. They were not shooting well. They did not play incredibly well. They just did the right stuff. They may be 4th, but if they cut down the nets, I would not be surprised at all. Mainly because of him and how he gets this team to play together and play for each other and get everything out of themselves. But I agree with this ranking. Number 3, Illinois. I agree. But one thing they do have is they have the best player left. They have the best player left. And this was the first year in a long time that the NCAA tournament is not coming down to guards. Because you look at last year, Florida won. Why? Because Walter Clayton Jr. played out of his mind. We can go back to Kemba Walker, Shabazz Napier. We can go back to all of them, right? We can just run through the line of elite guards that do that. When Baylor beat the crap out of Gonzaga, they had 3 NBA guards. Guards win. But this year, it's really the big guys. The big guys for UConn, the Reed kid for UConn, the big lines of Arizona and Michigan. But he's the best guard. He's the best guard. He's the best player left. Can they do it? I agree with them being 3rd. I do think that they can win it, though. I 100% think they can win it. Because as good as he is, which he is good, and I love him to the moon and back. I just love his game. He plays slow. He's at his own pace. You may think he's too slow. He doesn't dunk. Blah, 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 blah. He's winning, and he's damn good. But they're big guys, and I think they have the defense to handle, not saying stop, but handle the next 2 big guys. And I really think this team can win it all. I think I am picking them to beat UConn to get to the title game. I think they are going to do it. And I think it's going to, when they get there, you better watch out. Number 2, Arizona. I was wrong on this. I thought they would have Michigan. They were the pre-tournament ranked number 2 team. I just think their guards are better than Michigan's guards. But right now, Cadeau is playing out of his mind. I think they are bigger and stronger than everybody else, not from Michigan. I think these are the 2 biggest teams. These are the 2 strongest teams. These are the 2 most balanced teams. And I just think Burries and Bradley are a hair better than Michigan. But I think Michigan's bigs, to be honest, are a hair better because of Yaxel. I think he takes them over the top. I think they're better than Arizona. So maybe I am kind of talking out both sides of my mouth, right? I think the guards are better for Arizona slightly, and I think the big men are better for Michigan slightly. So I think these 2, they were preseason number 3 or pre-tournament number 3. I think Duke was probably number 1. I think these are the 2 best teams left. Again, guards slightly better here, bigs slightly better here. I think these are the 2 best. I think they are the clear 2 best. And I think I'm going, oh man, this is tough because I said Arizona in the beginning, but I fell in love with the Fab Five, and I've always been a Michigan guy because of the Fab Five and Tom Brady. I went and saw Tom Brady when he was in college, and he played at U of I, blah, blah, blah. That when my heart exploded for him, and I've been in love ever since then. Okay, so I'm a Michigan guy. I'm a Michigan fan, always have been. But I picked Arizona because of their guards, but Michigan's guards are playing better. So I really love this kid, and I think I think Michigan's going to pull it out. I think we're going to have a Big Ten final of my hometown, where I grew up, where I was born, and my favorite college team. And that's going to be a fun one for me to choose. But I'm not going to tell you who I'm going to choose there because I want to see these play out first. So my pick, Michigan, is going to rely on Yaxel, and they are going to beat Arizona to get to the championship game. And I think Illinois is going to ride Keaton Wagler and the big men, the twins, and Merkovich, and then Stojakovic coming off the bench doing microwave scoring stuff. I think Illinois is going to beat UConn, and we are going to have a big all Big Ten final, which is close to my heart. Again, where I was born and my favorite college team. I can't wait to watch it. There you go, guys. There's my breakdown of the Elite Eight and Final Four coming up this weekend. Hope you loved it. I know you did. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and follow along for more. Talk to you next time.